to be here today, brother. I'm here for all of this. I'm here for the way Fox wants to do the show, the way Greeny wants to do the show. So if you want to say that you are not a cat and have a cat emoji bouncing side to side on your head, then you freaking do it, my man. You have earned the right.
Let the record show that thing is moving without my help. I'm not actually moving my head. Somehow the cat emoji seems to have a mind of its own. Graziano, if you're going to make
still disappointed. Hold on, before we get to Dan, I'm still disappointed about 2 segments ago when I made a fantastic analogy about Tessica Brown, and y'all fools left me hanging. Don't ever put me on here without Ryan Clark again. That was a great analogy, a great pop culture reference, and nobody even snickered.
What was there to add?
That's because they don't know about the Gorilla Glue, and they don't know about the Get It Girl ponytail. Because the Get It Girl ponytail was only famous in the NO.
The only thing I can say is we're not spending nearly enough time talking about my cat face. All right, RC, let's get down to business. Everyone knows that the only power rankings in football that really matter are the ones that you do on this show. And so for the first time this offseason, as we look ahead to a Super Bowl that will be played next year, who in your mind are the 5 best teams in the NFL, RC, right now?
You know what? Number 5, we're going to start in Believe land, because I believe, listen, LeBron James went back and he brought them a championship. Now maybe Kevin Stefanski and Baker Mayfield can bring a championship to Cleveland. When you watch this team down the stretch, you know what you said? They had an identity. Kevin Stefanski understood what this team was supposed to be. It was supposed to be gritty. It was supposed to be grimy. It was supposed to be like the dog pound that cusses you out and spits at you when you try to warm up. And that's what that team turned into, a physical team with a quarterback that can make plays and a coach that understands them. So Cleveland Browns are my number 5 team. At number 4, I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams. And I cannot wait till they become number 1. And I hope when they become number 1, I am in studio so I can cut the fool like I used to do in 2018. We already knew that AD was the man. AD is the defensive player of the year, even when he ain't the defensive player of the year. And Jalen Ramsey is a guy that's in that conversation too. But wait. There's no more Jared Goff, right? There's no more, we might bench our quarterback for a dude that started in the AAF that's 5'11". They got Matt Stafford now. And so now we're going to see, is it Sean McVay? Sean McVay, can you make a champion? And at number 3, hey, I hear you. At number 3, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. And now, I thought about putting this team a little higher, and I said to myself, Aaron Rodgers might be able to get them over the hump. But I just watched 2 of the teams play in the Super Bowl, and they know how to get there, and it doesn't seem that the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers do. Do they go out and get another weapon? Does this defense find a physical mentality in the middle? Because I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is mad. I still believe that Aaron Rodgers wants to prove to people that he is not over. And ain't no love in the heart of the city. And the heart of the city is Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. At number 2, I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I know what I said. I said I'm never betting against Patrick Mahomes. Well, lies I tell, because now I am. You know why? Because I just saw Patrick Mahomes do whatever he could. I saw Patrick Mahomes throw the ball while he was trying to flip. I saw Patrick Mahomes catching the snap in motion because Shaq Barrett, JPP, them boys are some monsters. I also saw Devin White just kill him. So Pat needs some help. I ain't think Pat needed no help, but Pat need help. They need a running game. They need a defense that can stop a nosebleed when Pat ain't killing, so they can't be number 1. And at number 1 is Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Listen, I don't know who the hell is going to be on this team next year. Is it going to be is Shaq Barrett going to be back? Is playoff Lenny going to be back? Is AB going to be back? I don't know. But guess who said he coming back? Number 12, Tom Brady. And as long as they got Tom Brady on one side and Devin White on the other side, I don't know who's going to beat this team. Not when it counts. This team showed us that it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And they finished everything in an emphatic fashion. We all thought Kansas City was going to win. But we was wrong, and it wasn't even close. So I don't care what the odds say. I don't care that we have to try to think in the future. I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about the past too. And it seems that Tom Brady ain't ever retiring, so until he does, we might not want to bet against him again.
There are no power rankings that matter except for Ryan Clark's power rankings, but I will just say this as I turn to Dominique for reaction. I believe the expression is RIP your mentions, because I think the hashtag Bills Mafia is going to have a lot to say about not being one of the 5 best teams. Nick, what do you think?
Oh, so I welcome that. I didn't even notice that. So I welcome that because then they can get out of my mentions, get away from me, and go get on RC. But I can't disagree with the rankings. I'm proud of RC because on Monday we talked about how we all were high on Mahomes, so high on Mahomes that we forgot all the things we know to be true about football, that O-line and D-line play matters over everything else. So I'm glad that Ryan is back on the wagon. He got off of that narcotic and he is free of the addiction to Patrick Mahomes. But I got to be honest with you, I'm still chasing that dragon. If this was my power rankings, I'm putting Patrick at number 1. Patrick LaVon Mahomes Jr. Don't you ever forget the LaVon.
Mike Tannenbaum, what do you think? What stood out to you here?
I agree. Buffalo has to be in the top 3. They have the best young quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes. So when you look at their nucleus coming back, I think they're in the top 3.
Deshaun Watson,
and really, Deshaun Watson, we don't know who he's going to be with. So that's why we have to give that a grade of incomplete for now. I love Watson. I just don't know who he's playing for. So I got to go with Buffalo in the top 3. And my concern about Tampa Bay is how many of those guys can they get back? Shaq Barrett, the most notable.
Well, that's why these are the momentary power rankings, because there's a lot of things that yet to happen. If Aaron Rodgers isn't on Green Bay next year, I'm assuming you wouldn't have them at number 3. And maybe more importantly, if Deshaun Watson winds up someplace like San Francisco, then Katie bar the door. All right, we got much more coming as we continue with Get Up Today. Oh, and I want to mention tomorrow night, we got some of the best players in the NBA on our doubleheader. You got Trae Young and the Hawks. They're in Dallas to take on Luka and the Mavs. That's at 7:30 Eastern. Then you got Giannis and the Bucks squaring off against Devin Booker and the Suns. Our coverage will start with Stephen A's pregame Sports Center. That's at 7 Eastern, all tomorrow on ESPN. Coming up, a quarterback is the face of your franchise. Are the Cowboys facing a future without theirs? We'll get to that and much more as we get up on ESPN.